happens.
All right,
Good
guys, I gotta go get ready for a hot sushi date.
Oh, dude, are you guys gonna fuck?
Maybe.
Dude, I hope so. I'm gonna dream about it.
Hello and welcome to the Michael Jacobs Moment, a podcast that has almost nothing to do with Boy Meets World, but everything to do with tarot cards, crystals, and astrology. I'm Scott. I'm coming at you with an agenda this week. I'm here with Julia. She might be sexist. We're not sure about that, actually.
We're gonna clear the air today.
And I'm also here with roller coaster enthusiast George. George, what is the best roller coaster you've ever been on?
Steel Vengeance, Cedar Point. You were there, Scott. We waited like 4 hours.
Yes.
What is it like? What is it? What kind of roller coaster is it?
It's a hybrid roller coaster.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a wooden frame, but the track is steel.
Yeah.
Oh, but
I
it's
don't-
like a regular, like loop-de-loop kind of thing.
So it
Not
was
regular,
actually
but classic.
it was an old wooden roller coaster that they converted into this type of roller coaster. So it has the frame of a wooden roller coaster, but it does like turns and flips and goes corkscrews and goes upside down and stuff.
So a modern classic reimagined.
Yeah, sure.
It actually looks different than anything else. The steel beams on the wood, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I still think El Toro is the best. But let's get into our moment of the day. This one comes from a later season when Corey kisses another woman at the ski. You guys know this one? Let's get into it.
Jeez.
Those things don't just happen for no reason.
Listen, don't tell me how I feel about you. Okay, I know how I feel about you. And she kissed me.
Oh, and you moved away? What did you do to stop her?
Nothing. Nothing. I said, kiss me, baby sweetie. Kill the relationship with the person I care about more than anything and make me miserable for the rest of my horrible life. That's what I said. Her kiss meant nothing to me. And you were right. Those kind of things do not happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. And I know now that I will never, ever love anybody more than I love you.
Wow.
What a smooth way to get out of cheating.
Yeah, that was good. Did it work out for him?
She doesn't, I don't think she likes that response. I mean, they eventually get back together, but I don't think she likes that because she's like, oh, you had to go kiss someone to know? I already knew.
But he does kiss Linda Cardellini, so he made a big mistake by going back to Topanga because she's
Yeah.
the coolest.
She is the coolest. She's
Who's-
Freaks
what?
and Geeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah, fuck
Freaks
yeah.
and Geeks girl, yeah. All right, let's clear the air.
Let's clear the air. Let's clear the air.
All right, I'm going to play the clip of
Okay.
Julia being sexist from the opening gambit of last episode.
Wow, men are really the superior sex. We've just never had to do this because we just have boobs. All right. I just want to say, I was joking, and I like to say controversial things to get a laugh. And I think it works 70% of the time.
The context was that we couldn't get the thing to work, the computer, and then
We were having
Help.
sound trouble, and a man
Technical
was able to
difficult- yes.
fix it. But there's just things that people are better at than other people, and it's not about gender. There we go.
wow, we really learned something today.
Brainstorm. Brainstorm. Brainstorm.
This is a classic that I can't believe we haven't done yet. I wanted to brainstorm rom-com ideas. However many you got. Give them to me. Who wants to go first?
I'll go with one of my ideas. Maybe we don't
Oh,
have to
yeah.
do all our ideas at once.
Yeah.
So basically, mine is like the Parent Trap, except with dogs. So it's like two identical dogs, and they meet at a dog park, and it's like a meet cute, right? But then the dogs get mixed up because they're identical, and it's like a boy. Maybe it could be a boy and a girl dog. I don't know. But the dogs also talk like in Homeward Bound.
Yeah. Do they fall in love or are they twins?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
Oh.
Both might be cute. I don't
Maybe
know.
their humans could fall in love because they're twins.
Yeah, that could work.
Or
But then it's too.
something.
I feel like it's just
That's
literally just the parent
about.
trap.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I assumed it was about the humans meeting up and falling in love. You're saying that it's just the dogs falling in love. That was the
No,
original idea.
no. They're both involved. So
Okay.
maybe the dogs are. It would be better if they just want to be friends.
Now, what kind of wacky
Oh.
shenanigans do you think a dog that doesn't belong in its house? What kind of wacky shenanigans? Like, well, maybe one of the dogs like rips things up, and the other dog's really well trained.
Yeah, and the human's
Yep,
like, this
there it
isn't
is.
my dog.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Actually, you could
Yeah.
probably get a lot of comedy out of the people with the well-trained dog, who are used to their dog being crazy. Like, I feel like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
actually kind of a funny concept.
You see, like
Yeah.
a lot of, the dog is doing something good, and then the
Yeah.
owner
Like,
just looks
wow.
at the camera and goes, "What?"
I can't believe you trained him. It's like a police dog versus like a really silly dog. Oh, and the really silly dog has to like join the police, and he's like doesn't know
Oh
what to do.
God!
Oh, geez. So this
Yeah.
is,
In
I
the
don't think this is a
canine
rom-com
unit,
anymore.
that's
This
a
might just
different
be a,
movie.
Well, no, it's still silly, but there's a little silly scene where he has to do police training, but he rips up all the cop stuff.
Yeah. What would it be
Oh,
called?
jeez.
Canine
Uh,
companions? No.
That's pretty good
Pause
for
in love.
Pause at love.
Pause.
Oh, pause. Pause for love.
Pause for love. Pause for love. And
Yeah.
one of them is always in a rush.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
holy
Who? The
shit.
human or the dog?
Both.
And then at the end,
Okay,
and at the
dog
end,
is
yeah.
high maintenance.
At the end, they look back and they say, you know what? Maybe we need to slow down and pause for love. And we all come together, and it's beautiful. I think it
And
could
then
work.
everybody in the theater claps
Yeah.
because they said the title
They said the title.
in
they
the
did it.
movie. So that
Okay.
was my one idea.
I'll go
Do
with
you
an
guys
idea
like it?
now. Yeah, I loved it.
I like it.
I'm
I
gonna
like
say
it.
I'm gonna
Tight.
say my idea.
Yeah.
So I'm a wedding videographer, so I was thinking about true to life type situations, and I thought a good opening scene to a rom-com and premise together is it starts with the bride and groom to each other, and the camera
Wait, the
slowly
bride and groom what to each other?
saying
Sorry.
their vows,
Cut out. Oh, okay.
and the camera slowly moves over all the bridesmaids and it moves over all the groomsmen, and they're like crying or whatever, and then it gets to the videographer, and the videographer's filming them while like looking down at his phone, and he's scrolling through Tinder, and then one of the bridesmaids comes up on the Tinder feed. And
Uh-oh.
He like makes a face, yeah, and then he swipes right and he matches with her, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" And then
And
later
the phone interrupts the vows.
no. It doesn't interrupt the wedding, but then it's just a wacky situation throughout the day because then the bridesmaid finds on her phone next time she looks at it. And then it's like, oh, this is unprofessional, but like, ooh, it's kind of cool.
That sounds like a porn.
Oh, it could be porn.
Like you
yeah.
have sex at the wedding, and it's very.
think
Or
this
it
is
sounds
just
like an
Scott's
episode
fantasy.
of Sex
Oh,
in the City.
of course
Yeah.
it's a
Telling it.
fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it would work as a rom-com premise.
Do you film people with just like staring at your phone on
No, I
Tinder?
do not do that. I do not use Tinder. Wow.
Hire
But that's
Scott as your wedding videographer, everybody. He will
Yeah.
look at Tinder.
I mean, that's the wacky juxtaposition, though. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like this is a serious thing, but then like this guy's jaded or whatever. I'm not nearly as jaded as the character would be, you know.
Oh wow.
He'd be like
So
this,
what is
like,
it called? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, he'd be like this guy who's like, I see, he's like, oh, I watch all these weddings, you know, and he's like, really, he thinks weddings are bullshit or whatever, which is actually
Is that not
me.
how you are? Oh, okay.
It kind of is. It's like
I
stupid.
think commercial weddings are bullshit. Like spending a lot of money
Yeah.
on weddings
It's like
is stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's
although there's
dumb.
nothing wrong with a celebration at all.
Yeah, it's dumb as like an institution, but it's
Most
also
people
fine.
think it until they do it, or
Yeah.
they don't.
Anyway, the title would be "Love as I See It."
Yeah, that's
Boom.
good.
Nailed it.
I like it.
All right, what's yours, Julia?
Mine is a family is getting together for Thanksgiving, and their son comes home from college and he wants to introduce his new girlfriend, but she's like really indie and like quirky and weird, and they're like very rich and proper and fancy family, and it's about how they try to get along for the sake of the son with his weird new girlfriend, and it's called Giving Thanks, and the family's last name is Thanks.
I like when you have
I
to
really
make.
only
Yeah,
did
you
it
love
for the
you love
title.
the titles. Giving thanks.
Wow.
Plus,
It,
there's
like-
not a lot of Thanksgiving movies, which is good.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, yeah.
I like how you need to name the family something to make it a pun, and
To
then
make the pun, yeah.
and then even then it's like barely a pun because it doesn't even
I know.
like how are you giving them like
Well, no, it's because they're
Yeah,
the
Pause for
Thanks
Love is a way
family,
better pun.
but they're being nice to the weird indie girl, even though they don't want to. So
Right.
they're a giving family, and they're giving thanks. You get it?
I still like it.
It's great. It's fantastic.
All right, George, back to you. Do you have another one?
So, yeah,
Or-
this is like a very kind of a thought of a thought. So because Sav helped me with this, and I guess she used her love of '90s movies, so she thought of two basketball coaches on opposing teams falling in love. They're like middle school or
Yeah. I
rec
think if
league
this
basketball coaches.
the lower the stakes are the better. Like if it's Pee Wee or middle school, I think that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then they're
'cause
not
Sav
as
had the idea
invested.
that one of them would start throwing the games.
Right. Oh.
That's juicy.
What's that called?
Oh man, I didn't have a name for that one.
Full court.
Hold on, it's coming. Something about hoops and loops and jumping
Oh.
through hoops.
Jumping
No, I don't-
through hoops
No,
for
no.
love.
No.
All right. I think we have to come back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll come back. We'll think of it.
We have to think of it. Yeah.
Julia, did you have any ideas?
I have another one. It's called You, Me, and We Make Three, and it's triplets dating and falling in love with other triplets. That's really all I have. But
I like how
there could
yours
be
are all title based.
title
like
based.
very-
Yeah, I come up with that first, and then I come up with the movie. No, the other one didn't happen that way actually, but this one did. But there could be a lot of hijinks with like the triplets, and they don't know which one's which, and
They could have a lot of fun, like switching around and like doing
Yeah.
fun switch bits with each other, and like messing with people in public. It's like a
Yeah.
cute activity. Yeah, pretty
Do
good.
you have another one, Scott?
I got one more. This is an old idea that I've actually fully written out, but I'm just gonna say it.
Oh,
Senior
Oh.
prank. When the student council when an evil principal takes over a high school, the student council president teams up with the class clown to incite mayhem. It's a wacky high school rom-com.
wait, say it again. The student council president teams up with.
An evil principal takes over the school, and the student council president teams up with the class clown to incite mayhem.
Oh.
You got the opposite personality types, and they
But
team
who's
up.
the good person? They all sound bad.
Well,
Like
no,
who's the hero
Well, the class clown is kind of a hero, and the student council president's a hero, but they teach each other.
against the evil
The
principal?
principal.
Yes.
Got it.
Why is he evil? What makes him evil?
That's a really great question, George. And I got to tell you, I wrote the screenplay, and the weakest part of it by far is why
the
is this
evil
principal evil? Yeah. I cannot think of a reason for him to be evil.
It could be like the
Maybe,
guy
you know
in
what
like
you could
Ferris
do?
Bueller. Like he's not really evil, but he's like a pain
It's more
in
of
the
a
ass.
personal rivalry with that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, with them.
You could do
Or
like
with-
a kind of thing where it's like they're watching the news and then it's like an escaped mental
Oh,
patient
that's
or something.
really evil.
Oh, he turns out to be an escaped convict.
Well, I was gonna say he's not really, but he just looks like he is, so the
Right.
kids think that
No, he's got to actually be bad.
he's gonna be. See, that's the thing. How can he? How evil could he be? You know
It
what I
can't
mean?
be. It has to
Just
be.
evil enough that pranks are the solution and not arresting him.
Yeah, I think maybe evil's maybe like a new strict principle.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
evil
yeah.
is the wrong word for it.
That's probably right, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have a name for the basketball movie yet?
Free throw love. I don't know. Love on the
It
foul
could
line.
be called. Oh my god! If they were gay, it could be called switching teams.
Oh, you know what? It's Sav said that it should be gay because she thinks that.
well, there you
or
go.
No, yeah, she said that it'd
There's
be
not enough
even
women
more
coaches.
sexist.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, it'd be even more sexist if there was no women coaches because women can't be coaches.
Okay.
Or
Wait,
it could be
what?
plays for both teams, playing for both teams.
There it is.
Playing for both
bisexual.
teams.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Sure.
too long.
Yeah.
Switching teams is fine.
Does anyone have any more, or should we talk about the latest thing?
I'm done.
I'm done, baby. Let's
Dude,
talk
I'm
about.
fucking drained.
Let's do it. People are freaking out edition.
Oh my god.
This is
tell
the
us.
edition. Did you guys know that people are freaking out all over the world? I bet you did
All
know
the time.
I feel
Yeah.
like we should know if that's actually happening, but
Oh, it's happening. It's everywhere because I'm going to list some things people are freaking out about, and you guys have to tell me. Well, let me ask you guys, do you have any ideas about what people might be freaking out about?
I know people are freaking out about Dr. Seuss.
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
actually not
yeah.
on my list here. So
Oh,
what I
okay.
did is I went onto Google and I typed "people are freaking out," and then I clicked on the news tab.
I tried this for this segment, exactly what you're saying, and it didn't come up with anything that interesting. Maybe it was like a slow news week.
These are from like all the past week, but
All right,
it's
yeah.
more just the pure volume of it. Okay, so let me read some of these off. People are freaking out about this viral TikTok Subway order.
Yes.
Costco just added the most insane item to its stores, and people are freaking out.
Wait,
I
are
need
you
to
not
know
going to tell
wait,
us
Scott,
what
please
the
No.
tell me what
things
the,
are?
I
no,
Oh,
know.
come
dude.
on.
Oh,
This
my
is.
God.
Are you kidding me? I could not click on every single one of these. Are you
Oh
ready?
my God,
Let me just
alright.
list them off, and then you can ask your questions, and
Okay.
we can go into it. All right, Walmart just made this major COVID announcement, and people are freaking out.
These are all just clickbait, so I need
Yeah.
to know.
People are freaking out about Grey's Anatomy after Patrick
What?
Dempsey gives new interview.
Damn.
Yeah. People are freaking out over Dr. Fauci's latest coronavirus claim, obviously. And
Oh.
also, Texas is completely covered in snow, and people are freaking out.
Well, that
That
makes
one's the one.
sense.
That one's
That's
yeah.
real. That
that's the
deserves a
one.
little freak out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have two here that go together. All right. One is everyone is freaking out. Saudi Arabia's ultimatum rattles big business. And
There it
then
is.
Jeez.
And then
That's
there's another
frightening.
article that is in response to that Saudi Arabia article that says everyone is freaking out, allegedly. So it is questioning
We have no sources.
questioning whether or not people are really freaking
yeah,
out
what?
here. Okay. Doctor issues cockroach warning to coffee drinkers, and people are freaking out. People are freaking out over the foot peeling TikTok challenge.
The what? Say it again.
The
Foot
foot
peeling
peeling
TikTok
TikTok
challenge?
challenge.
Ew.
Yeah, where you peel skin
Peel
off
my
your
foot?
feet, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of TikTok, TikTokers are freaking out trying to put their palm on their shoulder. And and also
Oh, I just tried it. It's
yeah,
hard.
it's hard. You can't do it.
Wait, what?
no,
Palm on your
like,
shoulder?
Yeah, the same
do
shoulder
it.
that it is.
Oh yeah, no, it's hard. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just did the opposite. On.
Yeah, well, I was like, well, obviously it's hard. I mean, what? Why would people think that's hard? Why would
There's-
anyone freak out about that?
There's a
I
million
never
stupid
tried it. It
Yeah.
sounds like it'd be easy, and it's not.
The thing is that there's a million stupid things that your body can almost do that I guess everyone on TikTok can freak out about. Anyway, the internet's freaking out over Pepe Le Pew being cut from Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Oh, that I should have guessed. That I should have guessed.
Why? Why did they cut it? Was that offensive or something?
Because he's a rapist.
Oh.
He's a little extreme.
Who did he rape?
He was like the fucking cat that you wanted to
He
fuck
never
constantly.
he never raped her. He just
I
But
don't
he
really
definitely
know.
sexually
I
assaulted
guess
her.
I don't know it that well then.
Oh, he harassed her a lot for sure. But yeah, he should learn that no means no. But he
Also, yeah, the character of Pepe Le Pew is just a creepy old guy
Yeah.
as a skunk.
he's a
As
skunk.
a French skunk, yeah.
But
Oh, oui.
Oh, wee.
he talked in a French accent, so I think it's fine. Anyway, deep fake of Tom Cruise has everyone freaking out prematurely.
Wait,
Oh,
that one's
pretty
so
cool.
old. Wait, what?
Yeah, is that old? I
I
went to
feel
like
like I've
3
seen that.
pages worth. And then this is my favorite. Lucy Hale was spotted kissing Skeet Ulrich, 51, and people are freaking out.
Ew.
That's my
We
favorite
are
because I don't know
freaking
who
out.
either of those people are.
Yeah.
I think they need like a freak out meter, right? Because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe people are freaking out, but how many people are freaking out?
Yeah.
'Cause
I think they see like
yeah.
one tweet.
Like Texas covered in snow, people freak out. I think that's
That's
pretty.
a lot of freak. Yeah.
Lucy
Although I
Hale
wanna
was
know-
spotted kissing Skeet Ulrich.
Who's
Okay.
Skeet?
Scott, I need to know.
Ulrich.
I need to know what Costco item people are freaking out about.
I
Yeah,
knew.
tell
You know
us
what's
that.
funny? When I wrote all these down, I was like, they're 100% going to ask about the Costco item.
It's
Like
'cause
I
you can flip
knew.
that, dude.
Oh yeah, you can flip it. Costco just.
It's very popular.
All right, you want me to look it up?
No, it's okay.
I
I'll look it up on my own. Oh,
No,
Julia says
tell
yes.
us.
All right, Costco just added the most insane item to its stores, and people are freaking out. Now carries its own $10 rosé as part of
Ew.
a partnership with K Vinters. Is it spring yet? Okay.
Wow, people are freaking out about
People are
that.
freaking out about that apparently.
Dude, it's
I looked
unbelievable.
up. I looked up the Subway order because I wanted to know, and it's just someone making the people behind the counter put a lot of sriracha mayo on the sandwich.
Oh, those
Okay.
are actually funny. Have you ever seen the Subway video where a guy just keeps asking to get more and more toasted until it's just a charred mess?
No.
No, that's funnier than the sauce
That's a
one.
cool prank because like he did pay for it, so at the end it doesn't hurt anybody, and it's
Yeah.
just funny for the internet. And,
It's cool, but nobody's really freaking out about
No,
it.
we're not freaking
That's
out.
true. That's
It's
true. I
entertaining.
forgot the name of the segment. I'm sorry.
But I can see how people would freak out about the other one. Yeah. But I don't think anyone's actually freaking out over any of this stuff.
Except for the snow, where people
Yeah,
die.
the snow. That would freak me out a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the pipes burst and there was no electricity and the government was
Yeah.
just like, what? I don't know. Sorry. And Ted Cruz was like, I'm going on vacation.
Useless history, insignificant shit we read. Useless history, insignificant shit we read.
Hey guys,
Boop, boop.
did you know
Hey.
that America had an emperor?
Holy shit.
I'm
Today we're going to be
freaking
talking
out.
about
And people are freaking out.
freaking out over this revelation about America. All right, here we
Emperor
go.
Cusco?
So Joshua Norton was born in London on February 14th, 1819. His family were wealthy merchants, and Norton had a pretty non-remarkable childhood. In 1849, Norton packed his bags and made his way to America with nothing but a dream and $30,000, equivalent to roughly $1 million today.
Yeah. He's
He
slumming
opened
it.
up. Yeah, I know. He pulled himself up by his bootstraps. But anyway, he opened up a mining equipment and supply business in San Francisco, and quickly established himself as a respected member of the city's elite. In 1955, Norton had the kind of scummy idea like most rich assholes do, and he tried to corner the rice market in San Francisco, which was booming due to the city's large Chinese population. He bought virtually all the rice in San Francisco with the hopes of driving the cost up. But his plans were dashed when two large boats filled to the brim with rice arrived weeks ahead of schedule, instantly making his rice worthless for his endeavor.
Ah.
Norton was financially ruined, and after 3 years of being dragged through the courts by angry investors, he packed his meager belongings and disappeared into the wilderness. When he reemerged on the streets of San Francisco 9 months later, he walked the streets in a beaver hat and navy regalia. Norton walked into the offices of San Francisco Bulletin and presented them with a letter which they ran on the next day's edition on the front page. At the peremptory, and this is a quote of the article that he wrote. At the peremptory request of the large majority of citizens of the United States, I, Joshua Norton, formerly of Algoa Bay, Cape of Good Hope, and now for the last 9 years and 10 months of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of the U.S., and in virtue of the authority thereby in me vested, do hereby order all and directed representatives of the different states of the Union to assemble in the musical hall of this city on the first day of February of the next. Then there will be much alterations to the existing laws of the Union as may ameliorate the evils under which country is laboring, and thereby cause confidence to exist both at home and abroad in our stability and integrity. Norton,
Pardon
Emperor.
me?
He basically declared himself Emperor of the United States.
Yeah. What?
So
The
how'd
city
that work?
The
Can't
city
do that.
immediately embraced the eccentric man and began greeting Norton with bows and curtsies passing in the street. Norton would rule via proclamations, which would be printed on various newspapers across San Francisco, and they all competed on to which published these proclamations. So if taxes were deemed too high, he would command that they be lowered. If there were inadequacies in city services, he ordered improvements. On the eve of the Civil War, he issued a temporary dissolve of the Union, and after the Prussian victory of the Franco-Prussian War in 1972, he ordered a week of continuous celebration and Thanksgiving. He attended every
Wait.
public function or meeting. What's up?
Was that
you not-
1872? The Prussian War?
Yes, 1872. Did I say 1972?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if I heard the beginning part wrong or if that part was wrong.
Yeah, no, he was not very old.
Sorry.
He attended every public function or meeting, always arriving by foot or bicycle, and performed the daily rounds around the capital streets, making sure the police were on their beats and that the cleanliness and harmony prevailed on the streets.
Oh.
If he noticed someone performing a kind act or other thing, he might spontaneously ennoble them as king or queen for the day. These titles were especially popular with children who would follow him in groups, looking everywhere for litter or old ladies to help across the street. His popularity grew to the point where he ate free of charge at many restaurants in the city and even had his apartment paid for by the local Masonic lodge. Despite this, the need for cash did sometimes arise, and therefore Norton had his own currency printed, which was happily accepted at businesses throughout the city.
What the hell?
How is this not... What? How did
It
we
was
not
just like
know
a
this?
big joke thing that everyone played
Yeah.
along with, I guess.
Yeah, how come everyone played along with this insane guy?
So it's interesting, right? It's like we were talking about this last week, like magical thinking. It's like if you're a thing, if you say you're a thing, then you are that thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, he sent
He
frequent
willed
cable
it.
to. Exactly, he willed it pretty much. Norton was also a bit of a forward thinker. He proposed and issued numerous proclamations proposing and then finally commanding the construction of a suspension bridge between San Francisco and Oakland, complete with his own sketches. He was also convinced that air travel would someday become common and commissioned panels of researchers and designers to create plans for airships. Both of those things came true, obviously.
Airships. Yeah.
He sent frequent cables to fellow rulers, often offering surprisingly well-informed advice or reflecting on the complex responsibilities of rulership. Many of the responses he got were from foreigners, foreign dignitaries, but some were created by his friends just to make him happy. Notably, though, King Kamehameha of Hawaii was so taken with the emperor's insight and understanding that towards the end of his life he refused to recognize anybody in the U.S. State Department, saying that he would only deal with Norton as the representative.
That's
So
great.
Norton died suddenly in January 8th, 1880 at the corner of California and Grant on his way to a scientific conference. He left no heir. San Francisco immediately
Excuse
went
me?
into a period of deep mourning for 3 days. 10,000
How did he
people from
die?
every... apoplexy? I'm not sure what that is. Let's see what it is.
I'm suspicious.
apoplexy.
Because it sounds like he was a good guy.
Oh, so it's a stroke or a hemorrhage.
You're not
So, yeah.
suspicious of that, George?
I don't know.
I'm not suspicious of that at all. He sounds like the kind of guy that would die from that.
Alright.
San Francisco went into a period of deep mourning for the next 3 days. 10,000 people from every walk of life lined up to view his mortal remains, and his funeral procession was over 2 miles long. At 2:39 that day, during his funeral, San Francisco experienced a total eclipse of the sun. 40 years later, Norton's coffin was reinterred at the Woodlawn Cemetery in Coloma. Once again, flags throughout the city were lowered and businesses closed their doors. About 60,000 people attended the ceremony, which was accompanied by full military honors and doorless taps. So yeah, that's the story of Joshua Norton, America's first emperor, who willed himself into becoming an emperor.
I wonder if he ever
Wow.
considered running for president while he was emperor.
I think,
Yeah.
honestly, I think he was a little mentally ill, and I think in his mind he actually thought he was like the emperor.
That's bizarre.
That reminds me, though, we didn't plan this, but can we talk about how we made that pajama thing real
Oh,
with
shit,
our
yeah,
with
yeah.
our magical
We willed-
thinking?
Yeah, we willed. What was the name of it?
What the thing we? Oh, it was your
Critter.
idea.
Yeah.
It was your
Sleepy
something
Baggins.
pal.
Sleepy
oh,
Baggins.
Sleepy Baggins.
Yeah, so Sleepy Baggins apparently has been willed into existence due to our throwing the idea out into the universe. A company has made something called the Snooze Zoo, which
That's
is
not-
basically the only sleeping bag that's a stuffed animal too.
It's literally, that's
Damn.
what it says. It's a sleeping bag that's all stuffed animal too, and that was word for word the idea that we pitched on our
So
segment
if anybody's
here.
working over at News Zoo, we would like a royalty check immediately,
Yeah.
or else we will be suing.
Yeah.
It's probably that guy that listens in Texas.
Yeah, what's going on in Texas?
New invention.
Old inventions now.
We need our money.
Yeah, send us money.
give us
They
our
didn't listen.
money. Come
They
on.
didn't listen to the whole thing. Come on. Hey,
At least give us a review on Spotify. I mean, on iTunes.
yeah, hey, these guys gave me an idea for a product and I'm making millions.
Oh, should I read a review?
No.
Let's do it.
I thought we were gonna do that every episode.
No, not every episode.
Next week we'll read
Yeah,
one, and then
next week.
going forward.
Okay.
Till we run out.
A guy. Let me tell you about this guy.
Guy I saw.
Hey, I saw a guy this week. I was on the towpath in Manayunk, and I was sitting along the edge of the river, and I heard like a ring, like a bike ring, ding ding. And I turned to look, and it was like an old man, probably between 50 and 70, 50 to 70 area.
Big
He was
difference.
riding one of those huge bikes with the giant front wheel, like that's like
Oh,
5
I've seen
feet
that
Oh yeah,
guy.
penny farthing.
huge. Yeah, and he's like
Yeah.
and he was like really high up, because the front wheel's so huge. One of
If
those
he
wacky
falls,
ones.
he just falls into the river, right?
No, I mean maybe I don't know what would happen, but it looked ridiculous. And he was also just wearing a helmet and had a very serious face, like this is just his normal bike. And my favorite thing about it though is that his wife was biking with him, and she was just behind. She was just behind him on a normal
On
bike.
a regular bike? That's great.
So
That's
it's like
great.
they go to a bike ride together, and this is the bike that he picks to go. It's great.
That's great. I've seen a guy on one of those before, but he was younger. So it's not the same guy. So at least 2 guys in Philadelphia have this.
Those ridiculous bikes.
How do you get on?
I don't know. That's a good question. It looks difficult, but then once you're on, it
I
looks
guess
fun.
there's a little ladder. But yeah, then I guess someone has to help you on, and then you
Yeah, I
have
don't
to
know
get
how he
to-
stops if he gets off.
Yeah. Did you see a guy, George? I don't think I saw a guy.
So I actually didn't see a guy this week, but I thought about a guy or a gal that I saw a few months ago. What gal?
I thought about a guy. All right, you can just say it.
Yeah, but it's just I forgot. She just came back into my mind. So yeah, I was driving to work one day on 95, and it was snowing really heavily, and I looked to my right, and there's a fucking woman biking on the shoulder,
Oh,
riding her
no.
bicycle on 95 during a snowstorm.
Wow.
And yeah, I
That's
often
weird.
wonder what happened to that person.
I hope she's okay. I don't know
We
if
all
this
I
hope.
think
counts,
she was
but
probably
we...
driving for drugs.
Oh. Priorities.
You know?
I don't know if this counts, but I didn't see the guy, but I saw a car. So someone was driving it, and it was on 76, and you know when like you're speeding along and you don't know that there's going to be traffic right ahead?
Yeah.
Well, that happened. We were behind this guy, thankfully, and we saw him realize there was traffic coming up, but he was going too fast to stop, and then he swerved to the right, flew like up over the shoulder, like into the dirt above the shoulder, and then knocked over one of the lamp posts, and then just backed out and went back into the traffic. And then we didn't see him again. Like, we didn't know because there was traffic. I was like, should I call the police? Is he okay? Is he just.
Wow.
He could be, like, concussed and now he's just driving.
He's
like,
just
he
a
didn't
chaotic
stop.
energy going through life. Just,
Oh my
I guess
god.
what do you
It
do?
was
Like
the
if there's,
freakiest
do you just like,
thing.
hey, I just crashed.
Well, I don't know. Like, just stop, and then maybe someone will help. Like, I would have called 911 for him if he stopped, but he just went back into the road. It was
Well, maybe
so
maybe it just
weird.
happens more often for him than you would expect. It just
Oh
this is
my.
the business as usual for him.
yeah.
It
or
was.
her.
It was so like surreal to witness, and then not. And then he just kept driving.
Text us a movie and we'll say it. Text us a movie and we'll say
Okay, welcome to Text Us a Movie, and we'll say it where you text us a movie and we say it live on the air. This week's movie comes to us from... Did anyone text us a movie this week?
No.
Oh no.
Might have to call
No one
this
texted
bit.
us a movie.
People aren't doing it anymore, even
No,
though
we're
they
gonna commit to
listen.
the bit. Listen,
Guys,
we're never
Are you
gonna
fucking
stop.
kidding me? We do this every week. We put our fucking soul on the tape,
For our
on
heart.
the line. We end into the airwaves of the internet, and you guys can't do us a fucking favor and send us a fucking movie?
Maybe people
you
just don't listen
serious?
until the end.
All right, I'm gonna play the countdown, and why don't one of you guys just say a movie? But I'm not gonna say which one, so you can both say one, or neither of you could say one. Well, I'm just gonna play it and see what happens.
We'll just see what
Fine.
happens.
2, 1, go.
I couldn't think of. I wanted to say
Dunstan
the one about
checks
the
in.
meatballs.
Dunstan checks in. This
Cloudy with a
movie
Chance
has
of
some...
Meatballs? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes,
Oh.
thank you. I couldn't think of the title. I just thought of raining meatballs.
Okay, Cloudy with a Chance
okay,
of
so I
Meatballs.
need to-
Dunstan check. What?
I need to clear the air real quick. I want to apologize to just
Let's
freaking
clear the
out.
air.
Yeah.
Okay, what is this
I
about?
didn't realize how difficult it would be to think of a movie, and I want to apologize to all our listeners for freaking out earlier. So
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, listen,
That's big
I
of
have
you.
a clip from Dunstan Checks In.
you're so fast with these clips.
I
Love it.
know.
Whoa.
It's amazing. Let's take a listen.
Hi.
Hi.
New in the building?
Yeah, I just moved in Monday.
Oh, that's Dunstan.
You like it so far?
Everybody's been real nice.
Well, that's because you have big jugs. I mean, your boobs are huge. I mean, I want to squeeze them.
Dunstan did
Mama.
have big titties.
Oh, Dunstan's the one
Oh
with the big
no.
tits.
Yeah, Dunstan's got huge
Wow!
Okay, I thought he was. I thought Jim Carrey was the voice of Dunstan.
titties. No. Common mistake. People think that, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, remember, if you have a movie and you want us to read it live on the air, text it to us. You probably know us, or email us at themichaeljacobsmoment@gmail.com. We'll respond to any of your manifestos that you want to send us on that email. Also, keep listening wherever there's a podcast. We're there, and we're there every Monday.
But we
Every
won't
Monday
read your
morning.
reviews if Scott doesn't feel like it that
But
day.
if I don't feel like reading the reviews, I
you
mean,
won't do it.
maybe if we had planned it, but then it's just like, oh, let's just randomly do it. All right, fine. I mean,
We'll do it next
all right.
week.
Next week we'll
It's
read a
planned.
review.
It's on the
If
books.
you write a review this week, we'll read it next week. I'll tell you that right now.
Plug your
Okay.
business.
Plug your business. We'll advertise
podcast.
for you. We have
Plug
no
anything, dude.
shame.
Yeah, we
grew
don't
up in
care.
Texas in the 70s. I get trolled on both sides. The Hollywood elite, Hollywood liberal. You're a Trumper. You're a conservative.
That's me.
What are you looking at, butthead?
All right.
Never heard him called elite. All right, bye y'all.
See you guys.
See ya.